Okay, good afternoon, boys and girls. So we're going to talk again today about monochromatic. And if you remember, mono means one. So we are using just one color today, and it could be tints and shades, or it could just be one color. As you can see today, we are making, it's kind of like little figures. We're going to get a piece of wood, and then on the wood, we are going to layer it with some Model Magic clay today, and we're going to create some faces, and then over the top we are going to paint them one color today. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to set these guys aside for just a second. You're going to get a piece of wood. Be careful with the piece of wood. Wood can give you like little splinters, so you don't want to like drag your finger across it. Just be really careful when you hold it. You can decide to turn your wood this direction or this direction. Most of them, I like the way they turned out going up and down this way, and they kind of like look long, like little faces. But if you want to turn it this way, you can do that. And I'm actually think I'm going to do that for my example here in just a minute. But what you're going to do is you're going to get a little bit of Model Magic, and with your Model Magic, you are going to create a face. And we're actually just going to need a little bit for this. A face obviously has two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. There's no right or wrong way to do this, and I'm going to show you a way to do it today, but you do not have to copy mine. If you want to be creative with yours, you could do it a different way. The way that I start it is I start with the eyeballs. When you think about your eyes, your eyeballs are actually circles. They're kind of set back inside your skull. So they're actually little spheres. So I'm going to take two little balls and I'm going to roll them together. And I think I'm going to spread them out a little bit. And I'm just going to set them on here. I do need to make sure that everything kind of sets down flat. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. I am going to make some eyelids. So I'm going to take a little bit of my clay and I'm going to roll it kind of like a little hot dog. And then I'm going to put it on the top of the eye. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to put it on the top and kind of squish it down. Okay, and then I need the eyelids on the bottom. So again, I'm going to take them and kind of roll them round. And then I'm going to make them like fat little hot dogs. And I'm going to put them at the bottom. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do for my eyes. Right now, this is just kind of setting on the top. We want it to kind of stick down into the piece of wood. So now with my fingers, or you can even do it with like the end of your paintbrush if you want to, you can kind of press the ends so that it squishes a little bit, or with your fingers, or the end of a pencil would work. But you want to kind of press it into your piece of wood so it'll stay. We don't want it just setting on top. Then I'm going to do a nose, and you can make your nose like a silly nose or a Squidward nose or a realistic nose. I think I'm going to make mine kind of silly. Okay, and I'm going to take my nose and I'm just going to make it like a little ball at the top and then like the bridge of the nose. And remember, we do need to kind of squish it down a little bit. So I'm going to take my finger and kind of squish it flat. I'm pressing down a little bit into the wood. Okay, and then for the mouth, you can have two lips. There's several ways you can do lips. You can take it and you can roll it, and then like kind of like we did with the eye, make the top lip and the bottom lip. I think these lips though, since I don't have a lot of room here at the bottom, I think I'm just gonna make like a little, like a little open mouth here. So I'm gonna take that. It doesn't even fit, it kind of falls off to the side, so maybe I'll just stick it over here a little. Okay, and remember, I wanna squish it a little bit into the wood. Okay, now before it even dries, we can go ahead and paint it. And you've got your paint here today. You're going to take your paintbrush, and the first thing that you're going to do is you want to paint right over the top. So you're just going to paint over the top, and you're going to have to load up your paintbrush, and you're going to paint over the top of your clay. Now, do you see here how there's a little bit of space? You're going to take your paintbrush just with the ends and kind of not stab it hard, but kind of squish into it, so that we completely cover all of the spaces and we've got a nice solid paint job. Okay, right over the top. So places where it, there's a little holes and stuff, just kind of load up your paintbrush and kind of squish it into those holes so that we completely cover it up. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so you want to make sure that you paint everything. That means all sides, and you might need to wait just a little bit for one side to dry. It dries really fast, but do you see where my fingers were, where I was touching it? I'm probably going to need to go back over that and kind of fix that up if you touched the sides, okay? But you want to paint like all the corners, and then when you're finished, you're going to bring it to me and I will make sure to get your name on it and we'll set it out to dry, okay?